everyone and welcome back to the Football Zone. Today we are doing the top 10 biggest transfer flops in the Premier League.
Premier League only.
Premier League only and Premier League stats only as well. So this isn't including Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, none of that. So it's Premier League stats and Premier League transfers only.
Most expensive flops. It's not players who was, they're going to be class. Bebe is going to be mint for Man U, and then he flopped and he only signed for 5 million. Most expensive flops in Premier League.
So to start off with, we're going to go from the bottom of our list that we see.
Yeah.
We're going to go with Sebastian Haller from Frankfurt to West Ham for 45 million British pounds. And at his time at West Ham, played 48 Premier League games, getting 10 registered goals and 1 registered assist. I mean,
at the time, I know they've just signed Lucas Paqueta, but at the time, club record fee for West Ham, 45 million for a striker, and big flop on their behalf.
Massive flop
in that deal. I know after that he's went and signed for Ajax and done really well, but Premier League,
we're talking about Premier League,
poor.
Abysmal. Next
one. This one is close to my heart. Andy Carroll from Newcastle to Liverpool.
There's two on here that's close to your heart.
For £35 million. He played 58 games and scored 11 goals. Bear in mind, we signed him in the same transfer window as Luis Suarez, and we signed Luis Suarez for cheaper. Luis Suarez went on to score 92 goals for us across 3 seasons.
I just think that Andy Carroll for Newcastle was very, very good, and I mean, I don't think at the time 35 million was a lot of money.
It was, especially when we were signing Suarez for something like 16 million.
And to throw 35 million at Andy Carroll, that was, everyone knew he was already injury prone in the first place.
It's not even that, he was just crap.
Yeah, I mean, he was good at Newcastle though, but he fit our system. He just didn't fit our system.
Yeah, he just wasn't. It's a bit like, and one that isn't on our list was Christian Benteke signing for us again
for 32 million, may I add.
Yeah, 32 million, but again, he just did not fit our system whatsoever.
Exactly.
So he flopped. Carroll flopped.
Next
up on the list, this is an interesting one.
We're not going to say the reason why.
Yeah, but we'll keep that on the low. If you watch football and know football, you'll know.
So the rapist, Benjamin Mendy, from Monaco.
Okay.
From Monaco to City for £52 million. Enough said of the name. I've already said it enough. That won't get demonetised. We'll be fine. But yeah, £52 million. Always injured. Always in a different country. Clearly, always doing something.
He
dodgy.
Shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
What was it? There was some stat of the amount of games he played per trophy that he won, because he went to the World Cup.
2.
He went to the World Cup with France and he was injured, and he still went to the World Cup with France and won the World Cup, and also won the Premier League. And he played something like 4 games.
Oh God!
Anyway,
next another Frenchman.
Tanguy and Dembele, Lyon to Spurs, £63 million club record fee, and it's still standing club record fee as well.
And he's then went back the other way for like 30 million.
He went on loan in last January for the second half of the season. Conte got rid of him, and then he's went back again this summer. So £63 million worth of pure flop right there.
Not very good. And now we move on to the next one on our list. Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal and Manchester United, £35 million plus Henrik Mkhitaryan. He got 32 games played, 3 Premier League goals and 6 Premier League assists.
So 9 goal involvements in 32 games for a player. If you add Mkhitaryan into that, there's probably about 50 million.
I could say maybe sort of 50-60 million. You'd say around that deal's worth.
Yeah, because I mean Mkhitaryan was a good player when he signed for Man U, and he was still decent at Man U, to be fair.
He wasn't that bad at Arsenal
in a time that Man U struggled, and then Sanchez just.
How good Alexis Sanchez was at Arsenal. He was being up there compared to De Bruyne, Hazard. He was
one of the best players in the Prem and in the world at the time.
He was getting 25 plus goal involvements per season.
Yeah. He was insane.
Just and it went from
a crazy player to watch.
From the top of the the pinnacle of the Premier League to being awful.
Do you know who he signed for in the transfer window, by the way? He's left Inter Milan now. Do you know who he signed for? Because I do.
I don't.
Marseille.
I didn't know that.
He signed for Marseille. But anyway, next up, in goal, Kepa Arrizabalaga to Chelsea from Atletico Bilbao. £71.8 million.
Obscene amount of money. For me, he's so overrated. I mean,
the most expensive goalkeeper of all time, and that's still standing today.
But the thing is that he didn't have a bad season the other season. But it's like, realistically, what have you got for your £72 million? And the answer is absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Like, nothing.
You got an argument on the pitch in a cup final against your manager.
Exactly.
You had
constant mistakes.
Constant mistakes.
Overconfidence, arrogance.
Yeah.
That price
what
tag.
did they sign Mendy for? Was it like 16 million or something like that?
Absolutely no.
It was something like that. And Mendy wasn't playing professional football until his mid-20s.
Exactly.
So yeah, Kepa's still currently sat on the bench and can only play Carabao Cup games for Chelsea. So 71.8 million for that is shocking.
Next on the list, close to your heart, one of the Liverpool's greatest strikers of all time, Fernando Torres, to Chelsea for £50 million. I'm going to read this stats out. This is genuine. This is genuine Premier League stats that Fernando Torres got for Chelsea. 110 games played in the Premier League, 19 goals scored. For the time, 50 million was a
50 million and all that pot it.
Exactly, but
Let's
50 million
go.
was a lot of money. 50 million was a lot.
Yeah, Fernandez was absolutely incredible at Liverpool and went to Chelsea. And
Fernandez?
Fernandez?
Is it Fernandez? Fernando
Torres. See, just combine them together.
Sorry.
Easy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Fernandez.
absolutely unbelievable for us, and then just fell off at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Anyway, next one, this is gorgeous to see. Harry Maguire to Manchester United from Leicester. 80 million.
Nice round figure for a slab head.
£80 million. What on earth were they thinking? You know, there's always been theories about this, is Man City hiking up
The
prices of certain players, and then Man U thinking, oh, Man City must think they're good, we're going to swoop in. Happened with Ronaldo, happened with Maguire, and it's happened a few other times.
Happened with Alexis Sanchez?
Happened with Alexis Sanchez, yeah. They just say, oh, we're interested.
And every single time one of those players has flopped.
And they flopped.
That's interesting.
Harry Maguire is just... He works when in England when he plays at the centre of a back three.
Yeah.
In all honesty, obviously Chelsea will link with him in the summer.
Back five tax.
And do you know what it is? He'd probably just work at Chelsea.
He probably just could work at Chelsea.
But again, back five tax, you've seen it with Thiago Silva, you've seen it with Antonio Rudiger.
To be fair, he probably could work at Chelsea. But realistically, like him, Thiago Silva and Koulibaly, no, it's not right. Because we know he works in a back five very well. But
Wesley Fofana now, but that's another big money centre half moving from Leicester to a top six club. 72 million, I think it was.
Let's move on to the next signing, and it is Nicola Pepe, from Lille to Arsenal for £72 million. 80 games played, 16 goals and 9 assists registered in the Premier League.
Club record feat again
for Arsenal, and he was just a massive flop. I remember when Arsenal fans were ranting and raving because he meg-nutted Van Dijk and was the only player to dribble past Van Dijk for like 2 seasons. Or
He's now on loan at Nice.
And just
Pepe, he's just... honestly, I just don't think his work ethic is anywhere. Like, he's got the ability. Everyone's seen his ability. His ability on the ball. He can finish. He can do all this sort of stuff. But
that free kick that he scored in the Europa League when he came on, that was unbelievable. I remember that.
But like, he can go to the French league and perform really well and see him outstanding. But that's the French league. Yeah. Coming into the Prem, he's just got no ethic to track players, to work hard or anything like that. So yeah, flopped. Last one out of our top 10.
The big dog himself.
Number one flop is Romelu Lukaku. Inter Milan to Chelsea for 97.5 million. 28 games played, last season
In the Premier League.
in the Premier League. 8 goals scored.
How bad do you have to be?
And that's
that's 11.1 million pound per goal, something like that.
Yeah, that is a Chelsea team who were performing very well, and he got bags of chances. And he's now back at Inter Milan for a loan fee of 5 million.
No, 6 million.
6 million?
Yeah, 6 million. I know 6.5.
It was, yeah, something like that, because he's now wearing the 92 shirt.
I think it was like 10 million euros.
Yeah. So, but that transfer just... So, in the Premier League, he's played for 4 clubs.
Yeah.
It was Chelsea, West Brom, Everton, Man U, and then back to Chelsea. He didn't work at Chelsea. He then worked at West Brom and Everton.
Where he was the main man.
When he was the main man, playing in a mid-table or lower Premier League side.
Exactly.
Couldn't cut it at the top 6. Then went to Man U, flopped at the top 6 side again. Went into Milan, Serie A, performed well. So then Chelsea decided to sell Tammy Abraham, their top goal scorer.
It was working well.
It was working really well, going to break the number 9 curse, and they signed Lukaku back, who
slotted right into that perfect
flop.
number 9 curse.
And yeah, so that's our top 10.
If you've got anyone else that you think that we may have missed on this list, put it in the comment section below.
I know there's one that people are going to say, but personally we don't think he's a flop per se. PP, Paul Pogba.
Oh yeah, we didn't think he was a massive flop because he had times he was incredible. Like genuinely, the 5 goals at the start of the season, he did actually play 5 goal involvements. Sorry, not 5 goals. 5 goal involvements in one game. Like,
I just think
he did have sparks of.
I think because of his £89 million world transfer fee at the time, I think he was just an scapegoat for everything going wrong at a club where everything was going wrong.
And that could be a topic of conversation for another video.
It could be, yeah. So
we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, that's our top 10 Premier League flops, or most expensive Premier League flops.
Our socials are Instagram and TikTok, and they're linked in the bio. Please like the video and please subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. Have you got anything else to say?
If you like this video, we could potentially do a top 10 flops in world football.
That's a great idea.
Most expensive flops in world football. If you like that idea, let us know and we'll do that.
Thank you very much for watching.